Work-life balance sounds simple. Split your time evenly between work and life, and everything should fall into place. But if that actually worked, most people wouldn't feel burned out, constantly behind, or like they're failing at both. The truth is, the way most people think about work-life balance is completely wrong. It's not about splitting your time 50-50. It's not about perfectly scheduling your day. And it's definitely not about trying to do it all. Because life doesn't work in clean, equal halves. Some days demand more from your job. Deadlines stack up, problems show up, and your attention has to be there. Other days, life takes priority: family, health, rest, or just the need to reset. Trying to force perfect balance every single day is what actually creates stress. So instead of balance, think in terms of alignment. The real goal isn't to divide your time evenly. It's to make sure your time is going toward what actually matters in the moment. That means accepting that some days will be work heavy, others will be life heavy. And that's not failure, that's reality. The problem is, most people never define what life actually means to them. They say they want balance, but their schedule is filled with obligations, distractions, and things they didn't consciously choose. Scrolling, reacting, saying yes to everything, none of that creates balance. It just fills time. So step one is clarity. What actually matters to you outside of work? Is it time with family, building your health, learning something new, having space to think? If you don't define that, work will always expand to fill the gap. Because work is structured. It has deadlines, expectations, consequences. Life, on the other hand, is flexible. And without intention, it gets pushed aside. That's why most people don't have a work-life balance problem. They have a priority problem. Once you're clear on what actually matters, the next step is protecting it. And this is where most people struggle. They try to fit life in after work is done, after the emails are answered, after the meetings, after the long day. But here's the reality. Work is never really done. There's always one more task, one more message, one more thing that feels urgent. If you wait until everything is finished, you'll never get to what matters. So the right way to approach this is to flip the structure. Instead of building your life around your work, you build your work around your life. That doesn't mean ignoring responsibilities or doing the bare minimum. It means setting boundaries that protect your time and energy. For example, if your priority is your health, that time needs to be scheduled like a non-negotiable meeting. If it's family, then certain hours of your day are off limits to work. Not when it's convenient, not when everything else is done, but consistently. Because what gets scheduled gets protected. The challenge is that this requires saying no. And saying no is uncomfortable. It might mean not taking on extra work, not responding instantly, not being available 24/7. But without boundaries, balance isn't possible. You don't get balance by doing more. You get it by being intentional with less. Another key piece is understanding energy, not just time. You might technically have free time at the end of the day, but if you're exhausted, that time isn't meaningful. So instead of asking, do I have time? Start asking, do I have energy? Because real balance isn't just about being present physically, it's about being present mentally. And that means managing how you work, not just how long you work. The final piece of real work-life balance is sustainability. Because it's easy to create a perfect routine for a week. It's much harder to build something that actually lasts. Most people go through cycles. They push hard at work, burn out, then try to overcorrect by disconnecting completely. But that cycle doesn't create balance, it creates instability. The goal is to build a system you can maintain long-term. That starts with accepting that balance isn't static. It's not something you achieve once and keep forever. It's something you adjust constantly. There will be weeks where work demands more. That's normal. But the key is making sure that it doesn't stay that way indefinitely. You reset, you rebalance, you come back to what matters. Another important shift is letting go of perfection. You're not always gonna get it right. There will be days where work takes over. Days where you miss something important. Days where things feel off. That doesn't mean you failed. It just means you need to recalibrate. The people who actually maintain balance aren't the ones who do it perfectly. They're the ones who notice when things are off and adjust quickly. And finally, understand this. Work-life balance isn't about escaping work. It's about creating a life where work supports you instead of controlling you. where your time, energy, and attention are aligned with what actually matters. Because at the end of the day, it's not about how busy you were. It's about whether your time was spent in a way that actually moves your life forward. That's the real definition of balance.